Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. It's a new year, and we all have new dreams for what we want to create. And this led me to want to talk about the cost of animation. I was recently reading an article which talked about what killed the Saturday morning cartoon. In this article, one of the things they talked about was the cost to produce a half hour of television in that day was around $330,000 per episode. This means some of those old shows we used to watch, like He-Man and Voltron or what have you. Now, the thing is, that was back then. Today, when it comes to animation, you have shows like, for example, Avatar: The Last Airbender or The Legend of Korra, which cost upwards of $1 million per episode. The Simpsons costs an amazing $5 million per episode. Now, of course, The Simpsons voice actors are by now world famous, so I'm sure their high salaries contribute a lot to that. But the point is, the cost is too high. I used to travel around China and do this lecture on this very topic. One of the reasons is because production costs here are going up as well. The economy has been slowing and wages have been rising, so it's no longer the bastion of hope that it used to be for cheap outsourcing of labor. And so you have this incredible high cost, which affects animation across the globe. And only in a situation where you have tax credits or things like that does it become feasible, except for a different route. I told this story before, I believe, on my blog, and it's about a guy in Japan who created an animation called Sugai-kun to Kazoku Ishi, which basically means Sugai and the Family Stone. And yes, it's an animated comedy based on the famous musical Family. What this guy did was he was working professionally in the industry in Tokyo, and like most animators in Japan, he was not being paid a living wage. So he quit his job and moved out to the country where it was very cheap and began to create his own show using Flash. In a short amount of time, he had upwards of 50,000 people visiting his site every day to watch his cartoon. Eventually, he released a compilation DVD and sold almost 100,000 copies. Now, I never found the exact cost of the DVD, but generally, anime DVDs cost $50 to $70 each in Japan. Needless to say, he made a lot of money and started his career. What I'm basically trying to say here is that there is a new road, and this is the independent route. If you can create whatever it is you want to create, the show you want to do, your cost will be nowhere near what it's costing the big studios. You don't need millions of dollars of major studio backing. And if you can create that show, if you can be consistent, and if you can actually put something out, you have no idea the level of interest you may attract from buyers. You can actually have television channels or internet services like Netflix coming to you looking for a new and interesting product. So the key is to produce and to produce cheap. Now, if you can produce fast as well, then you really have it made. But the point is, the cost is only too high because of the system by how animation is produced in the studio world. You don't have that trouble. You have all of these tools, whether it's Blender or Moto or TV Paint or Flash or Cell Action. All of these tools are available to you to create however you see fit, to create what you want to do, and to create it in the manner that you want to create it. You know, one of the largest problems with studio production, especially involving outsourcing, is not how things are done, but the amount of time that things are redone. That's what contributes to skyrocketing costs. You don't have to do that. Getting an idea from your head to the screen is much easier than getting an idea from a scriptwriter or a producer to a director to an entire team of people and then another team of people over in another country in a different time zone. So you can imagine you can have extreme cost savings by doing your own independent production and creating what you want to create, and you have no idea the level of interest you might attract if you create something really good. So get creating, and if you're not sure how, check out my website. I have the courses that teach you exactly that. Thanks for watching.